Guys, Rumblysuperset here, back again, this time doing a analyzing gameplay, this time of weapon power Kestrel. So let's go ahead and just talk about our compositions and the draft just real quickly. So we did go into a match as the Kestrel, Sky, and Lance. Composition-wise, it's not a bad thing, but against our enemy team, we actually are not winning the draft, in my opinion. I think that Catherine obviously is a crazy pick that we allowed them to get, although not by my actions, but also just the one who picked them, who picked the bands, and who picked the first hero. They chose not to choose Catherine, and they chose to choose Lance. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't really like that idea because I was telling them, hey, so pretty much what happened was we were Team A, they were Team B. We banned Petal, they banned Gwen, and I'm like frantically thumbing up the Catherine, saying pick Catherine, pick Catherine. And someone thumbs them down and then picked Lance. So that is what happened. So I'm kind of like, well, rip. Hopefully we can make this work, because a good Catherine is a scary Catherine with that echo and that null wave, because it just means silence for days. But yeah, so, and then we picked Lance, they picked a Catherine, of course, and then a Ringo. And I'm like, you know what? Catherine is sort of a counter to Kestrel, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Kestrel anyways, but just because I was feeling in the mood. And we're already kind of going off meta here in a sense that we didn't pick Catherine first when it was available. So we went Kestrel. But here we are, just go ahead and doing our farm thing. We're gonna go to lane and check out the action going on here. It looks like Sky is in a little bit of a pickle but got out. Lance took quite a bit of damage but is porting back to replenish and probably buy a few items here. So far, as far as jungle, nothing's too special about it. Jungle has really no huge incentives early game anymore, so a lot of it's just going to lane when you need to. But so far my lane has been doing pretty good. It's 14 to 17 CS as well. So again, sorry guys if the face cam is in the way of, say for instance the Ringo. I apologize, it is what it is. I don't want to have to make a whole new overlay. Maybe I should make one in the future for these particular videos. But the overlays take a long time to make, sometimes hours, and I don't have that time right now. So I apologize in advance to have that in the way. I wish it wasn't, but it is. But anyways, so looks like Lance is rolling with me for a little bit while Sky is coming back because lane is pushed. Yeah, looks like it's pushed pretty far. And then it looks like Alpha is finishing a rotation. It's going into standard weapon power. They have the weapon blades with the Swiss shooter. Probably going to go into like a Sorrow Blade and then a breaking point of sorts. Maybe even a Serpent Mask. I don't know. I don't know what standard weapon power Alpha is. I know it's breaking point and then something else. Either Sorrow Blade or Serpent Mask. I'm assuming Sorrow Blade. But anyways, so let's go ahead and see what's going on in lane. Looks like a little bit of action happening here. A little bit of a kind of fight to have center lane here. A little bit of an impale by Lance, getting a lot of damage off on that Ringo actually, but now this guy is taking quite a bit, going in for the kill. Alpha missing the, I think it's called Prime Directive. If she had landed that actually would have been the death of Sky, I think, right then and there. A lot of good impales by Flame. What's his name? Flames Geo? Okay. A lot of good impales by him though. He's doing great as that Lance right now. Sky is currently at about 35. Yeah, she's doing really good on farm. 3 minutes 56 seconds at about 36 CS, almost 10 CS per minute. See, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually taking the opportunity because I saw that Alpha was in lane for a while, meaning her rotation was slower than mine. So I took advantage of that opportunity to go ahead and take farm from her, since I knew she's going to go straight to the backs, take the farm, because that's the most common rotation. After you go to lane, you go to your backs, grab those, and go to the fronts. That gave me time to go ahead and take that regen, so you can see her Alpha is probably just like, son of a bitch. And then I'm going back to my backs, and what's going to happen is now that that rotation is set in stone, if I maintain to my rotation here, I can actually take that farm every rotation, because she's going to be going up to lane now to deviate that attention from the jungle because she has nothing to farm. She's just going to go to lane and apply pressure. And I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that once again to take the farm while she's up in lane, not clearing her jungle. So you can see here she's in lane. Now she's actually quite low too. Going to her backs to go ahead and take her regen and her doubles. I'm, once again, taking the regen. So you can see here, there we go. Another regen down for the count. Sky is actually doing a lot of damage to the Catherine here, as well as the Lance, having a lot of control in lane too. So I can actually securely do that too, because they're applying so much pressure in lane that even when it's 3 of them, they cannot hold them back. So it gives me a lot of opportunities to keep farmed up and allow myself to continually have the gold and the items I want to stay on top. Looks like Sky is in trouble though. She is going to get the renewal from the Lance. They're not going to quite get that alpha, because the renewal went off on alpha as well from the Catherine. Everybody's quite low, but unfortunately it looks like it's not quite going to be enough. Oh my god, so low. And I wish I had a snipe ready for this. If I had seen it, I would have sniped probably right around there, but I can't always, you know, have my eyes on lane. I need to focus on my farm too. A couple missed opportunities by me. Maybe when I get a little bit better at panning over to my teammates, you know, I'll know that, you know, I have a good snipe opportunity there. But again, like I said, I didn't see it. I'm not watching it constantly. But that was a perfect opportunity for me if I had seen it. So again, pressure is phenomenal. Like, these guys are doing really good. And, you know, I'm trying to get some farm. We actually take out the alpha, catching alpha while taking the fronts. So we're able to take her out quite easily too. Didn't do much damage to me. She actually went a breaking point first, which is kind of interesting to me because her damage output is going to be extremely low. She's going to build up over time, but the build-up is very slow right now. So unfortunately, that's not quite the best item for her, I feel. Especially with me being bursty. She needs to have like a good damage output and a lot of armor for me right now. But yeah, so she doesn't even have any armor for me too, which is very unfortunate for the alpha because I'm her counter right now in jungle, meaning I'm the enemy jungle. Not saying I'm the counter as far as, you know, her personally, her hero, but you want to build against those you're going against often, which is going to be the Kestrel for Alpha's case. And she has no armor for me, which is very, very unfortunate. She went that reflex block first, which doesn't make much sense in my book. We don't have any stuns besides possibly the stun from the Sky ult, if you can land it. Obviously, I whiffed a snipe there. That's awesome. Thank God you guys didn't see exactly how bad I missed it. But there we go. Looks like there's some action, though, in lane. Lance is quite low. Sky is just trying to kite around, doing what she does best. They're pressuring the lane quite a bit now, pushing on our side. So I'm going to be heading up here. You can see here. And now I'm seeing Alpha. Here comes the mist. Here comes the stuns. Here comes the burst. She tries to prime directive into thin air, which I don't see the reason for that. Now I'm going to go ahead and just boots out because I don't want to get exploded on. No pun intended. And there we go. Bursted down to get the ace, actually, because they took out the people in the lane while I took out the alpha in jungle, handling my business, giving us the ace, luckily, coincidentally. Here's a trick, too, as Kestrel. You can go ahead and stealth, go into the brush, and get the farm without the crystal miner even seeing you and aggroing to you. So that's a little quick trick for Kestrel. If you have the opportunity to take farm, stealth right around that tree, and you'll be fine, because the crystal miner will not aggro to you, and you'll get straight into their backs and take them and get right out. Just make sure you go up and around, not down and around in most cases, unless like you're gonna get caught out. There we go. Look at the farm difference though, 57 to 40. So it's starting to climb. I'm starting to have quite a bit of a lead on the alpha because I'm taking a lot of farm. She has nothing to take. So now I'm going to take mine. Going to be in the lead by 20 CS after this minion here. That's quite substantial between the two of us. I did not get a CS for that one. That's weird. Do I not get CS for regens now? Well, there we go. We got that one at least. Looks like we have some action in lane again. I have an ult off on the Sky. Sky had the reflex block to block the ultimate from Ringo. Lance throwing a snipe out just in case I can do a little bit of damage before I get there. And I'm going to go ahead and miss. Make sure I don't have an... The reason why I missed a lot of times before I go into engagement is because I have an opportunity to use that miss as a defensive measure. So a lot of times I'll place it right where I'm going to be standing firing around because I know Alpha has the tendency to just jump in my face. And if that happens, I have to miss underneath my feet so I can go ahead and pop it with my A or just a basic attack and get the stun off and get away when I need to. That's the reason why I kind of popped the mist first. So if you guys are wondering what I'm doing when it comes to that, that's the reason why. And I highly recommend it too. If you're just going to go in like that, I definitely say drop a mist if you have the energy reserves to do so. Now, if you're really short on energy, it may behoove you to to kind of conserve and maybe not do that and only use it when you need it. But I did it just in case. And there we go, grabbing some more farm on our way out. Sky is on her way back to lane. Lance is going to roll with me for a little while. It's funny, I said roll as he was rolling. Going to grab that regen. They're all rolling out of base right now. Not really much for them to do other than Ringo grabbing some farm once it heads up. Alpha has no farm once again. So she's still, after I called out the difference, it was a 20 gold difference. It's now a 40 gold difference, or 40 CS, 40 CS difference. She has not grabbed a single CS since that last time I talked about it. That's crazy. So I doubled her CS. That's insane. So a lot of deprivation on Alpha, which makes it very easy for us to stay on top, for sure. We are trying to get some good kills off on the Catherine, but I think she popped her renewal. Yeah, that's what she did. Look at that ultimate. That is on point. I think what I was thinking was I was hoping that Catherine was going to be heading towards the base, which I was poor judgment and ended up just sniping thin air. That air had no chance. We took out that air like nothing. Catherine is super low, though. Does not quite pick it up, but we're going to try to thwart off of the Alpha so that she doesn't chase the Lance and get the kill. I'm going to pick up the farm since Sky is pretty far back. There's no way she's going to grab that, so Alpha is finally getting some farm. She has that 1 CS extra, now 3 CS extra, but I'm still going to grab the regen. Still trying to deprive her as much gold as I can. We have a bug there. That's weird. That actually wasn't there in game. That's part of the spectator bug, apparently. But here we go. And then it looks like Sky is actually getting in a position that's very dangerous for her. Ringo's winding up that ultimate. There we go. Look at that ultimate from Sky. Almost. Trying to take out the Alpha, but just couldn't quite connect enough, or do enough. I connected quite fine. But yeah, just not enough damage to take her out. Trying to chase and get these kills, but I don't think we're going to be able to pick it up because she's just going to go ahead and run away, fortunately for her. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the gold mine now. We have an opportunity. Still doing great on CS. We're actually tied almost with CS to the Ringo in the enemy team, which is crazy. I'm pretty fed right now. Here we are. Grab another regen. It is up, so we can go ahead and grab it. I don't know where they're at, so I'm not going to go ahead and stealth over and get the farm because I don't know if they're there or not. But we're going to go ahead and grab the fronts, grab my fronts, and hit our rotation as normal. Grabbing a few items here, grabbing our next parts, our next precursors to the Tyrant's Monocle number 2. We already have the first one. So the very standard build back in the day, a few updates ago, was you get a breaking point type of build and you work off your basic attacks. So that's one path you can go. The crit one was, it's good, but breaking point just seemed to be better overall for ranking in, POA, VG tiers. But now the build seems to be the full crit build. So you just go Sorrow Blade, double Tyrants. If you want, you can go more damage after that. Otherwise, you can go defense if you need it. We're going to go ahead and try to isolate the Ringo out, getting those shots off because I know he's really weak to me. And then we're going to go ahead and focus the Alpha, make sure she goes into her reboot. And then we're going to go ahead and take her out right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to snipe the Catherine. I was hoping she was going to continue to walk. I need to practice my ultimates, guys, for Kestrel just a little bit here. But we do pick up a kill on the Catherine. Winding down this turret here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of farm just to keep up on CS. Even that's Sky's farm. There we go, grabbing the backs. And we're going to take out the crystal mine too, because you know what? Why not? There's no reason not to. So here we are. There we go. Sky's going to go ahead and take the regen. I'm going to go ahead and just let her have it because she needs the energy. And grab the fronts too. Grab that third front. Oh, guess not. Apparently there's 3 minions now in the front. On the right side only. There we are. Looks like they're going to be heading up this way. Alpha, Ringo, Catherine's over there. Kind of out of position, but I think maybe she was just trailing behind because she spawned later, maybe. I don't know. Nice impale by the Lance. Controlling that Ringo like a mother. Boop. Doing some good damage there. And are they going to be able to pick him up? Oh, I thought that was going to connect that ultimate. Looks like Lance is going to go ahead and try. I'm going to go ahead and try to snipe. Whoa, I was sniping Alpha, apparently. I thought I was sniping Ringo. If I had seen Ringo lower, I probably would have tried to snipe that, but I guess I was aiming for Alpha. There we go. Probably why I didn't see Ringo's, because I was probably just preoccupied with seeing Sky being bullied by Alpha. So that was my immediate pan over, was, you know, what can I do for Sky at this point? But there we go. Ringo does survive, unfortunately. Okay, they're going to go ahead and take Kraken, so I'm going to go ahead and just push lane here. You know, it'd be great to have all of us push Kraken for faster clear, but I'm going to go ahead and try to do a little bit of damage on the turret here. Now that I see Ringo is in a position that's not ideal for him, I'm going to go ahead and go behind the wall, crit him like crazy. He's going to go ahead and get out. I'm going to go ahead and try to snipe. He's going to back out. I'm going to go ahead and stealth in and then just finish him off. There we go. That snipe would have been awesome, but unfortunately he saw it just in the nick of time. Now I'm going to go ahead and get out because Alpha is actually pretty scary right now. She is going to connect with her Prime Directive, but I'm going to go ahead and get my stun off once again. Oh no, he blocked it. And Alpha is going to go ahead and get away. Nope, he's not. And then we're going to go ahead and try to pick off the Catherine. Not enough. We cannot connect enough. Oh, we're going to get it. Missing the impale. Sky does not have anything up to go ahead and take her down, so we're just going to focus the turrets. Focus on our objectives because those are pretty important. Renewal goes out because, you know what, why not? Top us off. Just doing my basic attacks on the turrets. Ringo is ulting up. I actually had my fingers on the reflex block just in case for that particular moment. Take out the Ringo here. There we go. Catherine has a bubble up, so I'm not going to try to hit her. So it's down. I'm going to pick her out. Alpha is going to go ahead and try to do that, and I'm going to go do that. Now we're going to get the frick out. Aww, that's amazing, Rumbly. Your ultimates are so on point. But there we go. That is game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this analyzing gameplay of Weapon Power Kestrel in the jungle. Crit build, Sorrow Blade, double Tyrants. Probably would have gone, you know, finish off my defense if need be, and then go from there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Later.